Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to MHC with Lyte. And today, well, we need to get some food. But before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of exploring. And, well, can't go exploring down in the dark without a sword. Now, I've watched a couple of other people's videos, and, well, it seems the world is generated at least a little bit differently in mine than in theirs, which leads me to believe that there's a bit of a difference between version 1.8, which I'm running, and 1.8.1 that they are running. Come on, zombie. Come and get me. Because I believe this part of this hallway, for them, had a tiny bit of lava and was otherwise filled with water. Because this was the same, this was the same. Over here were some diamonds, yeah. So overall, this area is about the same. But where they have water, I've got lava. And this part is pretty dark, so I might do a little bit of post-production, like in the first episode. But yeah, there isn't much over here that really interests me. But I'm going to block off this lava and see what is going on here. So yeah, somehow there was water here, but it appears to have been destroyed by the lava. That is a little weird. So let's partition this off a bit. So that's... Okay, so that should be mostly safe. We don't have the iron at the moment for a bucket, but that's okay. We don't really need the bucket just yet. Okay, so that's all well and good. We need to wait for either a skeleton to show up or our bread to grow because we don't have a lot in the way of food. We've got zombie flesh, which we should probably eat at this point. Okay, so that gave us food poisoning, but so it goes. Now, there's been a little bit of concern about this tree room because of this stair right here. I'm confident that leaving the stair there is fine, because you can grow these trees in a one deep pit. But I'm going to remove it anyway. Don't want to incur any unnecessary risks when trying to grow these trees. So next up, we want to make more room for more trees. I got a bit of my hunger back, so let's do some mining. We'll also need some more torches in general, so we need more sticks. Okay. So we'll need to go 5 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll go as high as the other room. It turns out that the trees want to grow between 6 and 8 tall. So we might actually want to lower this one more. But I think in general, we should be able to grow it in the space we've got. It might just take slightly longer. If we manage to mine out more space, we'll have more trees planted. It'll end up growing faster. Now the question is, do I want to dig out just one tree thing and then plant one, or dig two and move on? I'm thinking dig, plant, dig. And if we see anything useful, like iron, we'll pick it out of the roof. Now, it's rather perilous with the lava nearby because we won't necessarily be able to hear lava quite as well if it's about to drop on our heads. So we have to keep our eyes open for the droplets. Now, we've got cobblestone right here. Did I put that there? I probably did. Probably from when I dug out the redstone and the diamonds. It's a bad habit of mine. I like to keep the place neat, so I end up filling in things that I'm just going to have to mine out later again. Not sure if it's a bad habit, but when you need to survive, you probably shouldn't be doing too many overly aesthetical things at the beginning. Because now, I'm starting to run out of my iron pick already. I barely have enough iron to make more. Because making a big open space is not an efficient use of iron. Generally, you want to reveal more blocks than you mine, and this is revealing very few blocks. In the case of things I've already mined, it's basically a negative sort of gain on resources, because we already mined it out, put it back, and mining it again. So it goes. But we got ourselves some more iron here, and that should be enough to drop into the furnace and get another batch started. That was unwise. There might have been lava under there. Okay, so let's get our stairwell going. And start up our iron. Well, oh, there it goes. Still got the wooden one while we wait for the iron to cook. Wow, is this slow. Since we dug a bit of iron down, let's make this tree pit just one lower than the other one. And have them race. See which tree can finish first. I eventually do want to go to the Nether, but I will need to track down some water first. But right now, food and wood are my top priorities. Because you can only dig so far without any wood. Okay. And with the oaks, we might be able to get an apple, but I'm not going to count on it. And one more here. Here we are. Cobble, cobble, cobble. And dig this out. Oh, there's the bedrock. For some dirt and oak and torch. There we go. Next up, the birch. Not to be confused with the larch. So that's a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. Still want the ceiling at the same height, even though we're making the pit a little lower. Because, well, that's the point. So I got some more coal. Coal is always good. Because Because even if we get too much coal, we can always use it for decorations, because that's what we're going to need eventually. Decorations. If we can get a vast forest going, that would be great. But there isn't a whole lot of room down here for a vast forest, which is part of why I kind of want to go to the Nether. The Nether's got nothing but space. And we seem to have dug into our agricultural area. Which means we're going to need to move that a little. And we have a tree! Hello, tree. Let's see. Well, we've got a new source of wood. So let's make ourselves an axe. Because we're going to need it. So hopefully by the end of this episode we'll have a halfway decent amount of wheat as well. Now, not the best tree in the world, but as you can see, it didn't reach all the way up to the roof. Well, ceiling. So that means it could grow even higher. You'll always have this one buffer at the bottom. So this stair right here didn't stop it from growing. Probably didn't even slow it down. However, over here, having that there will end up being problematic. It really will. Thank goodness it hasn't grown very much, so we can actually move it without too much hassle. So let's move some torches in the middle here. And move these seeds. Not efficient, but needs to be done for the greater good. And we got saplings. Oh, good. Worst thing that can happen to you in one of these limited resource challenges is planting a sapling and not getting any back from it. But we've got bonus saplings, so that makes me happy. We're at about 13 minutes, so the time is flying by, but we're making some good space. We're making some decent headway. I'll have to go back and see how many diamonds are in that deposit to see if it's worth making a throwaway diamond pick. Yeah, that's right. Throwaway diamond pick. Where I just go digging with it because it's fast and durable. Oh, right. I should have planted another tree. Those moments that are going to get me. They're going to add up. So, like I was saying, I kind of want to go to the Nether for the space. I also want to go for the lack of creepers. The ghasts will be mildly problematic because they love to burn down forests. So if you are going to build a forest in the Nether, you don't want to plant them too close together. You don't necessarily need to worry too much about hidden lava, because if you can't see it, it's not setting your stuff on fire. But any lava that you can see, it'll set everything on fire. Netherrack loves being on fire as well. That fire spreads just as easily. And ghasts, well, they set everything ablaze. So you want to keep an eye on that. If you can find a Nether fortress, that's kind of neat. It's an interesting place to try to live, but you need to do a lot of careful furnishing to make sure it's not an absolute death trap. But the problems with the Nether, well, no useful resources. Well, no simple pragmatic resources. There's no iron, there's no diamonds. I'll save the birch for later. Oh, I got an apple. And this isn't Crash Landing, so it doesn't give me just half a hunch. Eat that apple. 2 good hunches. That's good. Haven't taken damage, so I'm not going to eat the last rotten flesh yet. So we've got ourselves a nice tree room. So these guys should be growing shortly. Let's give this guy a torch. So the next order of business will be to grab those diamonds and then eventually to see what we do next. Now, this sort of doorway may or may not work against the AI. Sometimes zombies will walk right through it, sometimes they won't. I don't want to rely solely on that. I hear you. There he is. And a creeper. Just him. You always got to make sure they don't have any friends around. Man, does diorite look like skellies sometimes. Two. Anybody creeping up on me? So those people who only found this deposit are probably really mad at the trolley pair of diamonds. Because they saw the diamonds, they're totally exposed, and they're like, curses! Just 2. So yeah, just a tiny little lava pool. Not a lot of lava. And let's leave this torch here. We're not quite ready on any of the wheat. None of our trees have grown. And we only got 2 more diamonds, so at 5 diamonds, probably don't want to make a pick that we're just gonna ruin. But we got quite a bit more iron, so an iron pick might be the way to go. Actually, let's make 2. Once we've got enough iron for 2, I should count. Let's see if... There we go. And then we pick a direction. After we make a chest. Because some of this really does not need to come with us. Okay, so let's bring a little bit of cobble in case we need to do anything crazy. And then we pick a direction. South, west, east. Which way? Which way? Last time was east, and I really felt like going west. So let's assume I knew what I was doing, and this time head a bit to the west. Our wheat is still not grown, still haven't found any skellies to help it along. So let's start from this middle tree and start heading west. Well, that's an ominous omen right there. We are too low. We are way too low. So let's go up a bit. And this is our last minute, so we go up a bit such that we don't run into tons of lava lakes. Because we want to get up to Y12, I think. And I need some torches. And that's 20 minutes. So, I will see you in the next episode of MHC with Lyte.